and fragmentation that the community seeks to escape. Is inclusion the problem? Why be included or seek inclusion in a toxic society? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said a long time ago, he that's disrespectful. And you know, I love the minister. He didn't mimic, but he said the exact same things that Malcolm said. Now, did black people learn from what the minister, Malcolm X and Farrakhan said? I think we learned some things, but they said total separation. I think as society moved on, maybe total separation has been a forgotten kind of point. Maybe somebody can call in and check me on it. I'd like to hear your opinion. 1-800-920-15. I'm very interested to know. But should the LGBT community seek separation within the nation? Right? It's an argument that the Nation of Islam has been speaking on and fighting over for a very long time. Just give us a piece of land and it'll be our little country or part of the country. You owe us anyway, reparations, right? And the LGBT plus Q community has incorporated a lot of the civil rights scaffolding that we had laid down in the 60s and 70s and 80s. So wouldn't it stand to reason, instead of fighting against a system that views you as an abomination, create your own nation? This is deep. This is going to be powerful. Is inclusion the problem? Inclusion in this sense risks becoming a vector of continued psychic and social contamination rather than true liberation. Emerging from this tension is the concept of psychological sovereignty, the assertion that individuals and communities possess an inherent right to self-governance over their internal narratives, cultural mythologies, and spiritual frameworks without external validation or assimilation. Is the LGBT community looking for validation from a toxic society? When we come forward, the voice of reason gonna keep cooking. Let's go.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Don't leave me hanging. Get to the phone line right now.
Of course, 10 years after the Supreme Court ruled in favor of same-sex marriage across the United States, it could now be overturned. Senior Washington correspondent Devin Dwyer is on the story for us. All right, give us the deal, Devin. Who is actually asking the justices to overturn this?
Well, in recent years, Kira, we've been waiting for a case like this as some of the sentiment in the country has started to shift a little bit, softened rather, against same-sex marriage. There's been a lot of talk about whether the justices will get a chance to reconsider the case. And as you said there, they are getting that opportunity next month. We've learned that Kim Davis, she's that Kentucky clerk from back in 2015 that was at the center of international controversy when she refused to issue marriage licenses to a gay couple in Kentucky in defiance of the Supreme Court. She spent 6 days in jail. She lost a defamation suit. She had to pay $100,000 in damages, $260,000 in legal fees. That's what she's appealing to the Supreme Court, but it's the first time, Kira, that anyone has technically asked the justices explicitly to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges, which was that landmark ruling. And she does just that. Her counsel in this petition, which was filed last week, says that decision was egregiously wrong. And if that sounds familiar, that's the same type of argument that was made by opponents of abortion when they sought to overturn Roe versus Wade just a few years ago.
So if it's coming down the pike, potentially, and sure, this is not going to happen without a fight, if it's coming down the pike, why not create your own culture? Why recontextualize what is defined as homonormative culture? Are you trying to make homonormative culture after your image and after your likeness? Or are you trying to be seen as equal in a homonormative culture? Would a homonormative culture ever perceive you to be equal? We can go back and look at some of the disenfranchised and marginalized communities in America. And we, as black folk, been struggling, right, to be seen as equal. Every year, and let me remind you of the year, which is almost over, 2025. We have 4 months left in 2025, so we're almost up on 2026. Every year, we hear that famous phrase, such as so-and-so became the first black, and you're saying, wait a minute, it's 2026? The first black woman, the first black man. We're still having the firsts. So America has been slow to be inclusive. And I don't want to hear from the well-to-do Negroes that'll be like, it was great for me, and all you had to do was... You have a wonderful story, and I'm not here to marginalize it, but that's not everybody's story. Do you understand? So I'm telling a community that I'm not a part of, why not take a page? I mean, it's not as if you haven't taken pages before. Why not take a page and create your own narrative? Why must Jesus, why do we have to have a gay version of Jesus? Do you understand? This isn't to say you shouldn't do it because you're already doing it. But it is also to say, why not have the courage and the creativity to create your own narrative, your own authentic truth? Now, in intimate relationships, what happens? It's not about your partner. It's about how you love on you. Your first relationship, the most important relationship, is the relationship you have with yourself, right? Right? Then you go out into the community and have a relationship with the community. Maybe the LGBT plus Q community would do itself a favor, right, by engaging in this relationship with itself that isn't dependent on validation, acceptance, and inclusion from a toxic, mainstream, dominant society. Maybe you're looking in the wrong direction for validation when you should be trying to validate yourself. This is a tough topic, guys. I know it is. I know. When we come forward, the phone lines are cracking. I want to talk to folks. Let's get it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Broward School's Black Superintendent Dr. Howard Hepburn in Florida says the new school year is off to a smooth start.
It's a great day, a great first day of school.
Changes include 4 elementary schools becoming K-8 academies and a teacher vacancy rate under 2%. Security remains a priority. Rapper Snoop Dogg's Death Row Records cannabis is now in Ohio, available at Pure Ohio wellness locations in Dayton and London. A wider statewide rollout is coming soon. And the House Oversight Committee will hold a September hearing with D.C. officials after President Trump announced federal control of the city's police and plans to deploy the National Guard. GOP Chair James Comer says the panel will meet with Attorney General Brian Schwab, Council Chair Phil Mendelssohn, and Black Mayor Muriel Bowser. It's unclear if the move was coordinated with local leaders. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Is it time for a new job? Then it's time for Express Employment Professionals. Quit the endless online job search. Enlist the pros. Let a local recruiter from one of their 870 locations help. And Express never charges job seekers a fee. Go to expresspros.com.
Hi, I'm Jesse Jackson Jr., inviting you to join me weekdays at 12 noon, right after Tavis Smiley, here on KBLA Talk 1580. As a law school graduate and a theologian with a firm grasp of our body politic given almost 2 decades in Congress, my show is the fresh new home of an authentic, uncompromised quest for transformation and salvation, both personal and collectively, as I vigorously interrogate the theological and symbolic meanings embedded in our society. I promise to leverage my knowledge of history, theology, and both international and domestic issues to imagine an inclusive vision for the future, which I hope will inspire all of us to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a given, not just an aspiration. So join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Tavis Smiley for 2 hours of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent, and the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
no warrant, no key, privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project.
Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details, please visit fvgradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay at a luxury resort in Cancun, airfare not included, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. See website for complete details. We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now, 800-868-6431. 800-868-6431. You're also eligible for an exciting bonus vacation to Orlando, Florida for just $498. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? Call 800-868-6431. 800-868-6431 and give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and not sponsored by this program or its affiliates.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a Black and Brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk Radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Anything you walked away from this conversation with, I want you to walk away with this specifically. Remember, all of this is energy, okay? It's all energy. So even when you get into conflicts or you experience something in your life that there was a lot of energy transferred at that moment, remember that that energy is trying to do the same thing all energy tries to do: survive. Okay? I want you to realize this. When you get into a situation and there's strong energetic signatures being used, this could be arguments, this could be anything. Joy, that's the one we were talking about earlier. Find those joy reference points. But even the arguments and things, they are energies and they want to survive. So how do you think an argumentative energy can survive other than by continuously reminding you of it? Now, the issue with the I-ness, because again, there's pros and cons, the I-ness likes to focus on those things only, because what the I-ness is like, I don't ever want that to happen again. Okay, that's why the I-ness gets stuck a lot. It never wants that to happen again. So what'll happen is it'll keep reminding you, remember that bad thing happened? Remember blah, 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 and so and so? This is why I don't deal with those kind of folks. And the reason why it's doing that is because it thinks, because it doesn't really function like the subconscious and the collective side of things, it thinks that if you...
Who is this young man? Inner standing, right? And I get the little woo-woo piece. My niece is throwing curveballs on these clips. I get the little woo-woo piece. And to bring it down to the ground a little bit, this principle reframes liberation not as negotiated acceptance within dominant paradigms, but as radical autonomy over identity and collective meaning making. That's really what this is about. I'm hip to that, brother. 7 Bomar. I'm hip. I know that, brother. 7 Bomar. He's down in Costa Rica. Yes, I'm hip to his work. But again, I think what he's trying to outline here in a very kind of woo-woo way is liberation is an internal thing, kind of like inalienable rights, right? Historically, various marginalized groups have pursued similar paths of self-determination through the formation of alternative religious, social, and economic structures within America. Yeah, again, like I mentioned earlier today, you have the Moorish Science Temple founded by Noble Drew Ali, right? They did a lot of work to build the self-esteem up of the marginalized people here in America. Us, the Nation of Islam under Elijah Muhammad, established rigorous moral, economic, and dietary codes that functioned as tools for communal health and resistance within an oppressive capitalist system. Comparatively, you got the Jehovah's Witnesses, developed disciplined missionary practices to propagate a distinct worldview. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints cultivated genealogical projects that reasserted historical continuity for its adherents. And Scientology, let's not forget L. Ron Hubbard, right? Engineered a system of trauma auditing aimed at psychological emancipation. These precedents suggest possible frameworks for the LGBT community's exploration of separatist yet integrative models. The cultivation of independent ceremonial practices, linguistic innovations, governance systems, and economic ecosystems could enable the construction of a psycho-spiritual infrastructure that affirms that community's distinct ontologies and lived realities. Now, listen, we've seen it. Yeah, you could be labeled. You're going to be marginalized, okay? Let me just say, if you go to separate route, you're not going to be equal. Tavis and I talked about that. Separate but equal. It didn't work here in America before, and it probably won't work again if the LGBT community goes out and tries to pull something like this off. But I also feel that shouldn't there be a certain level of respect for the homonormative culture? Maybe the homonormative culture pushed you out. Or, and we know it did. It's not maybe. We know the homonormative culture pushed you out. Great. So why not have the LGBT community be somewhat of the Buddha? Buddha left his culture. Buddhism is born out of Hinduism. Buddha left his culture. He was a prince. He was a Hindu, right? Buddha literally left his wife and kid and became a monk. So maybe somebody in that community has to go out and find their spiritual scripture. Maybe they have to have this spiritual awakening. Because I also feel, let's just be honest, does Big Mama need to see a black lesbian version of Jesus? Let's it's a question. In this society, we so sensitive, we can't even ask tough questions. Do you think your Big Mama need to see that? And with the advent of social media, it's going to be almost impossible for her to skip it. We should have some crickets playing. I got callers. I'm going to come to you guys right after this. I'm going to come to you guys when we come forward.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, Hello, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gyms with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive. And the world, I'm turning inside out. Yeah. I'm floating around in ecstasy. So don't stop me now. Don't stop me. 'Cause I'm having a good time. Having a good time. I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky. Yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call.
I actually think that the mental health conversations for our community can actually be very dangerous to us.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
How so?
Because I think that it sends, that's where the oversimplification comes in, right? Because it sends almost like this distorted reality that the world is supposed to see you. And I think that part of understand, and it's not even just about being black. It's because there's so many classes now. I mean, it's it's all of the things now, right? But people don't owe you anything, and I think that the more that you continue to fight for that, the more that you pull yourself from internal liberation. And I think that for us, if you don't understand mental health and really take advantage of the resources that are available to us and learn how to use it in a way that translates over to wisdom, is that there's this black psychologist that I love. He says that information isn't always knowledge and knowledge isn't always wisdom. Like, it does you no good to have resources and not know how to use them. And research would tell you that if you don't know how to use a tool effectively, then it's no longer, the utilization of it is no longer beneficial to you. So if we start using mental health conversations and language, or the tools like boundaries and all those other things. For example, I always say, like, boundaries cannot be a substitute for self-trust. To me, when I think of boundaries, I think of, like, when you're growing up and your mom would be like, because I said so. Right. We've been doing boundaries, right? But we just didn't have language for it. But now today, the way that people use boundaries, it's less self-trust.
Man, I love Raquel Hopkins. She cooks every single time. Love her work. And the LGBT community is a part of the human family. And like I said, I had an uncle who was a part of that community. I have a brother who's a part of that community. I'm not here to, ostracize. But I am here to encourage. Why not create your own community where you don't have to pine for the acceptance of those who don't want you here? Can we be honest? Why would you beg for the attention, approval, acknowledgement, and acceptance from people who really could care less about you as a being? That's a very important question to ask. Here we go. We got callers. Let's get them in here. I don't know what happened to Otto. Otto from the town, you got to call back in, brother. 1-800-920-1580. Let's get these callers going. John, Mountain View, Hawaii. John, are you there?
Greetings and blessings to all.
Brother John, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
Okay. Maybe I'm old enough to realize that the Jesus Christ Superstar has been done before.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
So again, for it to be chosen as a new actor to play in this specific role, let's bring about one point that should be absolutely understandable, and I hope that all the white people of this world finally get the point. At least y'all got the color right this time.
Oh, come on, Pastor John. At least they got the color right, the ethnicity. I'm rocking. Keep going. Come on, John. Keep cooking.
Currently in the Vatican, there is a picture of that's hidden in their vaults that's got something to do with the Virgin Mary and Jesus being both black.
The Black Madonna. Right.
So again, if it's this Middle Eastern human being who happens to be with bronze color of feet, at least we got the color right this time. No disrespect, but thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. Come on, I'm with this.
Now let's talk about the other nuances, because again, yes, we are still waiting on the alphabet community to finally stop picking on children when it comes to books y'all want to write about the gay BCs.
Ooh.
Versus an actual book that we could hold you accountable for the madness that you have already started with the rest of us who have to doggone accept you as you are. So again, get to writing that book. Now we got something to talk about. Y'all got enough laws protecting y'all for everything. Most of y'all in the United States Senate and government are probably playing both sides of the spectrum.
That's what
so whatever fluid madness y'all got going on, do you. Just don't bring that to my street once again. I got lava holes waiting on you.
He's in Hawaii. I got lava holes. I hear you. But wouldn't you say?
But nonetheless,
let me hit you with this because I love asking you questions. I love your perspective. I just want you to share it with me. Wouldn't you say that the LGBTQ community could be suffering or maybe in the same predicament that black people are? You know how the Voting Rights Act always comes up and it's kind of like, hey, this might get overturned. Or, we just played a clip, right, where, the Supreme Court is going to look at this case again in terms of the same-sex marriage case again. So the question now becomes, aren't they in a precarious position in much the same way many black disenfranchised communities have been? Your thoughts?
Well, with the current demographic and the leader of the free world as we know it, that is something that could possibly be leaned on.
Right. So they might be.
But in the same is. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just saying they might feel some level of anxiety because there's a lot of uncertainty around their community within the confines of this society.
But also people who live in the Bible Belt feel that same uncertainty. It's called weather, and it changes on a regular basis. And 9 times out of 10, there's a tornado or two that come through.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
So I'm not saying that I'm trying to trivialize what they're going through. No, I don't want human beings to suffer, and you are a human being.
Yes.
So I don't want to be a president and presidentialize your situation as if I'm Obama. But I do want you to realize a few things. You're not escaping any of the madness you have to go through.
You saying this is part of your lesson for being here. You going a little woo-woo with us, and I'm with the woo-woo. You know that. But you're saying this is your path. This is your course. And you've got to stay it if you want to see what is at the end of this particular course. Is that what you're telling me?
Either stand the course, stand on your square, and growl at anybody you want. Or be moved off your square because whatever force is going to do it is going to do it. And if you find yourself off of it, it's your choice to get back on it or not.
Got it. John, guess what you just did, my friend?
Mountain View's in the house. Blessings to all. Now to these veggie burgers.
Yeah, you brought Mountain View, Hawaii in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We're waiting for Otto to call us back. Otto, get back on the line. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580.
Oh, explode. I'm burning through the sky. Yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I'm gonna make a supersonic woman of you.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Broward School's Black Superintendent Dr. Howard Hepburn in Florida says the new school year is off to a smooth start.
It's a great day, a great first day of school.
Changes include 4 elementary schools becoming K-8 academies and a teacher